2 months ago, I was having dinner with some English speaking colleagues when I tried to tell a funny story about my weekend. I spoke for 2 minutes using perfect grammar and advanced vocabulary, but when I finished, everyone just stared at me with confused faces. One person finally said, "Sorry, could you say that again?" I felt crushed. My English was technically correct, but something about how I was speaking made it nearly impossible to understand. That night, I realized that knowing English and speaking English clearly are two completely different skills. If you've ever felt frustrated because people ask you to repeat yourself, if you know your English is good but others seem to struggle understanding you, or if you want to sound natural and confident when you speak, today's video will transform your pronunciation forever. I'm about to share the exact techniques that took me from being constantly misunderstood to speaking English so clearly that people compliment my communication skills. This isn't about getting rid of your accent or sounding like you're from America or Britain. This is about speaking English that anyone can understand easily, naturally, and confidently. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some people sound crystal clear while others are hard to follow. And more importantly, you'll have practical techniques to join the first group starting today. Before we dive into these game-changing pronunciation secrets, hit that like button if you're ready to speak English that people understand immediately, subscribe for more practical English lessons that actually work, and share this with someone who struggles with pronunciation. Let's make your English crystal clear together. The biggest misconception about English pronunciation is that it's about individual sounds. Most B1 learners focus on pronouncing each word perfectly, but they miss the bigger picture that makes English flow naturally. English pronunciation is actually about rhythm, stress, and melody. Think of it like music. You can play all the right notes, but if you don't have the right rhythm and timing, the song doesn't sound good. English works exactly the same way. Let me prove this to you with a simple demonstration. I'll say the same sentence two ways. First, pronouncing each word separately with equal stress. I want to go to the store to buy some milk. That sounds robotic and unnatural, right? Now listen to the natural way. I want to go to the store to buy some milk. Notice how some words are stressed and clear while others flow quickly together. This rhythm is what makes English sound natural and easy to understand. Most B1 speakers sound unclear not because their individual sounds are wrong, but because they're fighting against the natural rhythm of English instead of working with it. Once you understand this rhythm, people will understand you much more easily, even if your individual sounds aren't perfect. This is the secret that transformed my pronunciation completely. English is what we call a stress-timed language. This means the stressed syllables come at regular intervals, like the beat in music, and unstressed syllables are compressed to fit between them. This is completely different from many other languages where each syllable gets equal time and stress. Understanding this difference is crucial for clear pronunciation. Let's start with word stress, because getting this wrong makes even simple words hard to understand. Take the word photograph. The stress is on the first syllable, photograph. But when you add a suffix, the stress shifts. Photographi. And with another suffix, photographic. Many learners put stress on the wrong syllable, which confuses listeners even when all the individual sounds are correct. Here are the most important stress patterns that will immediately improve your clarity. Two-syllable nouns usually stress the first syllable. Table, window, picture, student. Two-syllable verbs usually stress the second syllable. Repeat, forget, decide, believe. Three-syllable words ending in tien stress the syllable before tien. Informatien, educiatien, conversatien. Let's practice these patterns right now. I will say a word, and you repeat it with the correct stress. Information. Say it with me. Information with stress on the ma syllable. Education. Repeat. Education with stress on the ca syllable. Conversation. Say it. Conversation with stress on the sa syllable. Photography. Repeat. Photography with stress on the tog syllable. Forget. Say it. Forget with stress on the get syllable. Believe. Repeat. Believe with stress on the leaf syllable. Practice these until the stress patterns feel natural and automatic. Now let's move to sentence stress, which is even more important for natural flow. In every English sentence, some words carry the main meaning and get stressed, while others are unstressed and said quickly. Content words like nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs usually get stressed. Function words like articles, prepositions, auxiliary verbs, and pronouns are usually unstressed and flow quickly between the stressed words. Listen to this sentence and notice the stress pattern. The students are studying English grammar in the library. The stressed words are students, studying, English, grammar, and library. The unstressed words, they are, in, and the are said quickly and smoothly. Let us practice this together. The students are studying English grammar in the library with stress on students, studying English, grammar, and library. Here's another example. My brother is working at a big company downtown. The stressed words are brother, working, big, company, and downtown. Practice with me. My brother is working at a big company downtown with stress on brother, working, big, company, and downtown. Notice how my, is, at, and a flow quickly and do not interrupt the rhythm. This stress pattern is what makes English sound natural and flowing. One of the most important aspects of clear English pronunciation is connected speech. This is how words link together and change when they meet other words in natural conversation. If you pronounce each word separately, you'll sound unnatural and sometimes unclear. When you connect words properly, your English flows smoothly and sounds much more native-like. There are several types of connected speech that you must master for clear pronunciation. First is linking consonant to vowel. When a word ends with a consonant sound and the next word starts with a vowel sound, they link together smoothly. Turn off becomes turn off with linking. Pick up becomes pick up with linking. Look at becomes look at with linking. Practice these with me. Turn off the light becomes turn off the light with smooth linking. Pick up the phone becomes pick up the phone with linking. Look at me becomes look at me with linking. Second is linking vowel to vowel. When one word ends with a vowel sound and the next word starts with a vowel sound, we add a small linking sound to connect them smoothly. If the first word ends with an E sound, we add a small Y sound. See it becomes see it. I am becomes I am. If the first word ends with an OO sound, we add a small W sound. Go out becomes go out. Do it becomes do it. Let us practice these connections right now. See you later becomes see you later with smooth linking. Say it with me. Go ahead becomes go ahead with linking. I understand becomes I understand with linking. Be on time becomes be on time with linking. Practice these connections and feel how much smoother and more natural they sound when linked properly. Third is consonant changes in connected speech. Some consonants change or disappear completely when words connect. What do you becomes what do you but sounds like what do ya. Want to becomes want to but sounds like wanna. Going to becomes going to but sounds like gonna. Have to becomes have to but sounds like have to. Used to becomes used to but sounds like used to. These are not lazy or incorrect pronunciations. This is exactly how English naturally flows, and if you do not use these connected forms, you will sound formal and unnatural. Practice these essential reductions with me. What do you think becomes what do you think but sounds like what do ya think? I want to go becomes I want to go but sounds like I want to go. We are going to leave becomes we are going to leave but sounds like we are going to leave. I have to work becomes I have to work but sounds like I have to work. I used to live there becomes I used to live there but sounds like I used to live there. These reductions are absolutely essential for natural sounding English pronunciation. Let's focus on specific sounds that cause the most confusion for B1 learners. These are the sounds that, when pronounced incorrectly, make you harder to understand even when your grammar and vocabulary are perfect. Mastering these sounds will dramatically improve how clearly people understand you. The first problematic area is the difference between short and long vowel sounds. Many learners do not distinguish clearly between these, which can completely change word meanings and create confusion. The short I sound in words like bit, sit, hit is different from the long E sound in beat, seat, heat. Your mouth position is different, and the length is different. For the short I sound, your mouth is more relaxed and the sound is quicker. For the long E sound, your mouth is more tense and the sound is longer. Practice with me. Bit versus beat. Feel the difference in your mouth. Sit versus seat. Notice how your mouth position changes. Hit versus heat. The short sound is relaxed and quick. The long sound is tense and extended. This distinction is crucial because these words have completely different meanings, and confusing them creates misunderstandings. The short U sound in cut, but luck is different from the OO sound in put, foot, book, and the long U sound in cute, boot, luke. These three sounds are often confused, but they are completely different. Practice. Cut has a short, open sound made in the center of your mouth. Put has a shorter, more closed sound made with rounded lips, and cute has a long, tense sound. Cut, put, cute. Feel the different mouth positions for each sound. Another challenging area is consonant sounds that do not exist in many languages. The teach sound appears in two forms, voiced as in this, that, they, and unvoiced as in think, thanks, 30. For the voice teach sound, your vocal cords vibrate while your tongue is between your teeth. For the unvoiced teach sound, your vocal cords do not vibrate. Put your tongue lightly between your teeth and practice. This with vibration. Think without vibration. This sound is essential for clear English. The V and W sounds are often confused, but they are completely different. For the V sound, your top teeth touch your bottom lip and air flows through, creating friction. For the W sound, your lips form a small circle and no teeth are involved. Practice. Very versus worry. Feel your teeth touch your lip for very and your lips form a circle for worry. Vest versus west. Vine versus wine. The mouth positions are completely different. The English R sound is unique and very important for clarity. Your tongue does not touch anything in your mouth. It curves back slightly, and the sound comes from the back of your tongue approaching your soft palate. Do not roll your tongue like in Spanish or touch it to your teeth or roof of your mouth like in some other languages. Practice words like right, really, remember, brother. The R sound should be smooth and continuous. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice during speech, and it carries meaning in English. Wrong intonation can confuse your message even when your words and grammar are perfect. There are several basic intonation patterns that you must master for clear communication. For statements and WH questions, your voice usually falls at the end. I am going to the store. Your voice starts higher and falls on store. Where are you going? Your voice falls on going. Practice these with me, making sure your voice falls clearly at the end. She is a teacher. What time is it? I like coffee. How was your day? The following intonation signals that your statement or question is complete. For yes/no questions, your voice usually rises at the end. Are you coming? Your voice rises on coming. Is this your book? Your voice rises on book. Do you like pizza? Your voice rises on pizza. Practice these with clear rising intonation. Are you ready? Is it raining? Can you help me? The rising intonation signals that you are asking a question that can be answered with yes or no. For lists, your voice rises on each item except the last one, where it falls. I need apples, bananas, and oranges. Your voice rises on apples and bananas but falls on oranges to show the list is complete. Practice. We visited London, Paris, and Rome. I like reading, swimming, and cooking. This intonation pattern helps listeners follow your ideas clearly. For showing contrast or emphasizing specific words, you can change your normal intonation pattern. I said Tuesday, not Thursday. Tuesday gets higher intonation to show contrast with Thursday. This is my book, not yours. My gets emphasis through higher pitch to contrast with yours. Practice using intonation to show contrast and emphasis in your own sentences. Let me share the most effective daily exercises for improving your pronunciation. These exercises target different aspects of pronunciation and take only 15 minutes per day, but they're incredibly powerful when practiced consistently. Exercise 1 is minimal pair practice. Spend 5 minutes daily practicing words that differ by only one sound. This trains your ear and mouth to distinguish and produce sounds clearly. Practice ship versus sheep, bit versus beat, cut versus caught, thin versus think. Say each pair multiple times, exaggerating the difference at first, then gradually making it more natural. This exercise is essential for developing sound accuracy. Exercise 2 is stress pattern drilling. Choose 10 words with different stress patterns and practice them daily until the correct stress becomes completely automatic. This week, practice these words: photograph with stress on faux, photography with stress on tog, photographic with stress on graph, interesting with stress on in, interested with stress on est, confident with stress on con, confidential with stress on den, educate with stress on ed, education with stress on ca, educational with stress on ca. Say each word multiple times with exaggerated stress, then use them in complete sentences. Exercise 3 is connected speech practice. Take common phrases and practice connecting them smoothly until the connections become automatic. I want to go becomes I want to go, but sounds like I want to go. What are you doing becomes what are you doing, but sounds like what are you doing. Let me see becomes let me see, but sounds like let me see. Give it to me becomes give it to me, but sounds like give it to me. Practice these until the connected forms feel completely natural. Exercise 4 is intonation shadowing. Find audio of native speakers having conversations, podcasts, or movie dialogues. Play short segments and repeat immediately, focusing entirely on copying the intonation patterns rather than the words. This trains your ear and voice to produce natural English melody and rhythm automatically. Exercise 5 is recording and comparison. Record yourself reading a short paragraph, then listen to a native speaker reading the same text. Compare your pronunciation, stress, and intonation to theirs. Don't aim for perfection, but notice the biggest differences and focus on improving one specific aspect at a time. This gives you objective feedback on your progress. Let me address the most common pronunciation mistakes that prevent B1 learners from sounding clear and natural. These mistakes are so widespread that fixing them will immediately improve how others understand your English. Mistake 1 is pronouncing every word with equal stress and time. English isn't pronounced like a robot reading individual words. Some words are stressed and clear, others are unstressed and quick. If you give every word equal emphasis, you sound unnatural and sometimes unclear. The solution is to identify content words that carry meaning and function words that connect ideas. Stress the content words strongly and let function words flow quickly between them. Mistake 2 is avoiding connected speech because you think it's incorrect or sloppy. Many learners think that pronouncing each word separately is more correct or polite, but this actually makes you harder to understand and sound very formal or robotic. The solution is to understand that connected speech is normal, correct English. Native speakers use these patterns automatically, and you need to learn them to sound natural and clear. Mistake 3 is using your native language intonation patterns in English. Every language has its own melody and rhythm, And if you transfer your native language patterns to English, it sounds foreign and can confuse your meaning. The solution is to actively practice English intonation patterns through shadowing exercises, listening practice, and conscious repetition until they become natural and automatic. Mistake 4 is focusing only on individual sounds while ignoring rhythm and stress. While correct sounds are important, rhythm and stress have much more impact on clarity and naturalness. The solution is to practice pronunciation holistically, working on sounds, stress, rhythm, and intonation together rather than focusing on just one aspect. Mistake 5 is being afraid to practice pronunciation because you're embarrassed about your accent. This fear prevents you from getting the practice you need to improve. The solution is to remember that everyone has an accent, including native speakers, and your goal is clear communication, not perfect accent elimination. Practice confidently and focus on progress rather than perfection. Building pronunciation confidence requires understanding that pronunciation is a physical skill that improves with consistent practice. Here are specific strategies that work for B1 learners who want to sound clearer and more natural. Start with sounds and patterns you can already do well, then gradually add more challenging elements. Don't try to fix everything at once. Choose one specific aspect of pronunciation to focus on each week. This week, focus on word stress. Next week, work on sentence stress and rhythm. The week after, practice connected speech. This systematic approach prevents overwhelm and builds steady, measurable progress. Practice in private before practicing with others. Use your phone to record yourself reading aloud, having imaginary conversations, or practicing specific sounds and patterns. Listen to these recordings not to criticize yourself harshly, but to notice improvements and identify areas for focused practice. Many pronunciation issues are more obvious when you hear yourself from an outside perspective. Find opportunities to practice with others in low-pressure situations. Join online pronunciation groups, find language exchange partners, or practice with other English learners who understand the challenges. Practicing with others who are also working on pronunciation creates a supportive environment where everyone understands the process and challenges. Use technology to get objective feedback on your pronunciation. Many apps and online tools can analyze your pronunciation and show you exactly how your sounds compare to native speaker patterns. This technology gives you immediate, objective feedback that helps you improve faster than guessing whether you're pronouncing things correctly. Focus on communication success rather than accent perfection. When someone understands you clearly on the first try, that's a pronunciation success worth celebrating. When you use connected speech naturally in conversation, that's real progress. When you can express complex ideas clearly and naturally, that's pronunciation mastery. Recognize these victories instead of only focusing on remaining challenges. Clear pronunciation is about being understood easily and communicating confidently, not about eliminating your accent or sounding like you're from a specific country. We've covered the essential elements that make English pronunciation clear and natural. The importance of rhythm and stress in creating natural English flow. Specific techniques for word stress, sentence stress, and connected speech patterns. Problem sounds that cause confusion and practical methods for mastering them. Intonation patterns that carry meaning and help express emotions effectively. Daily exercises that systematically improve all aspects of pronunciation, and common mistakes that prevent clarity and how to fix them permanently. Your pronunciation homework for this week focuses on building these skills systematically. Day 1 and 2, practice word stress patterns with the 10 words I mentioned earlier. Say each word multiple times with correct stress, then use them in complete sentences. Day 3 and 4, work on sentence stress and rhythm. Choose 5 sentences and practice them with natural stress patterns, emphasizing content words and reducing function words. Day 5 and 6, focus on connected speech patterns. Practice the reductions and linking patterns we learned until they feel natural and automatic. Day 7. Record yourself speaking about a familiar topic for 2 minutes, then listen and notice your improvements in rhythm, stress, and overall flow. Choose 3 specific sounds that challenge you most based on your native language background. Practice these sounds for 5 minutes daily using minimal pairs, word lists, and sentences. Remember that consistent, focused practice is more effective than occasional long practice sessions. Thank you for watching this complete guide to clear English pronunciation. Remember that pronunciation improvement is a gradual process that requires patience and consistent practice. Don't expect overnight transformation, but do expect steady progress if you practice the techniques we've covered systematically. Your goal is clear communication and confident expression, and every small improvement brings you closer to that goal. What pronunciation topics would you like me to cover in future videos? Are you interested in specific accent features, business English pronunciation, or pronunciation for particular professions? Do you want to focus on American English patterns, British English patterns, or general international English? Leave your suggestions in the comments below, and I'll create content that addresses your specific pronunciation needs and challenges. If this video helped you understand how to speak English more clearly, give it a like and share it with someone who struggles with pronunciation. Subscribe for more practical English lessons that focus on real communication skills, and hit the notification bell so you never miss content that could improve your English speaking abilities. Remember, clear pronunciation opens doors to better communication, more confidence, and greater success in English speaking environments. Keep practicing daily, focus on progress rather than perfection, and speak English boldly in every opportunity you get. Your pronunciation will improve with every conversation, and your confidence will grow with every successful communication. Clear English pronunciation is within your reach, and with consistent practice using these techniques, you'll achieve it sooner than you think.